Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more epic stories of the great houses of Westeros. You can also comment below which house or character you'd like me to cover in the next video. Now let's dive into the history of House Hightower. In the ancient city of Oldtown, long before King's Landing ever rose, there stood the mighty Hightower, a colossal lighthouse of white stone that rose like a sentinel above the sea. Its light, visible for miles, guided ships safely through the treacherous waters of the Whispering Sound. House Hightower claimed this tower as both fortress and home, a beacon of wealth, authority, and influence that shaped the destiny of the city below. While other lords waged endless wars for territory and honor, the Hightowers chose a subtler power: trade, knowledge, and alliances. Oldtown became more than just a seat of their family. It became the beating heart of Westeros wisdom, commerce, and faith, where scholars and merchants alike sought the counsel of the towering house. The Hightowers were not lords of war alone. They were masters of politics, shaping the city and the realm with marriage, strategy, and influence. They formed alliances with other noble houses, intertwining bloodlines and loyalties to secure Oldtown's prosperity. Beneath the tower, streets teemed with merchants, maesters, septons, and artisans, all bowing to the authority of House Hightower. The city hummed with life, and every decision made in the upper halls of the tower rippled through the marketplaces below. With careful diplomacy, shrewd negotiation, and the occasional display of force when needed, the Hightowers wielded authority that rivaled any sword or army. When the faith of the Seven spread across Westeros, House Hightower embraced its teachings with devotion and ambition. They built the Starry Sept, the grandest temple in the realm, drawing pilgrims from every corner of the Seven Kingdoms. High Septon resided in Oldtown, giving the Hightowers a sacred association that extended their influence far beyond trade and politics. Pilgrims walking the cobbled streets, guided by lanterns at night, witnessed the grandeur of Hightower faith. For the Hightowers, religion was both devotion and strategy, a way to cement their reputation as guardians of both city and creed, revered by kings, nobles, and commoners alike. Within Oldtown, the Citadel trained the maesters, scholars who would serve all of Westeros. The Hightowers welcomed this center of learning within their domain, understanding that knowledge is a weapon sharper than the finest blade. The Citadel's towers rose beside the Hightower itself, filled with ancient scrolls, chained tomes, and the quiet murmurs of study. Ravens carried messages from the Hightowers to the far corners of the realm, spreading influence silently yet powerfully. Every book, every trained maester, every whispered counsel strengthened the Hightower's hand in the game of power, making Oldtown a hub of wisdom unmatched by any other city. When Aegon the Conqueror crossed the narrow sea, House Hightower faced a monumental choice: resist the dragon or bend the knee. Guided by wisdom, foresight, and faith, Lord Hightower chose prudence over pride, kneeling before Aegon. Oldtown was spared the ravages of fire and war, remaining unscathed while other cities burned. By allying with the Targaryens early, the Hightowers secured their city, their influence, and their legacy. This strategic loyalty ensured that Oldtown would remain a beacon of stability and prosperity, a shining example of diplomacy over destruction. Under the Targaryens, Oldtown flourished beyond imagination. The ports overflowed with ships from distant lands, carrying exotic goods and treasures, while the streets became alive with merchants, scholars, and pilgrims. The Hightowers, ever wise, expanded their influence quietly, ensuring the city's wealth and culture grew steadily. Other kingdoms were plagued by rebellion, famine, or war, yet Oldtown thrived as a center of learning, trade, and art. House Hightower became synonymous with peace, prosperity, and cunning governance, a model of what a noble house could achieve without wielding the sword constantly. Guide photo prompt: thriving medieval port city, ships unloading cargo, merchants trading, nobles and finery walking the streets, White Tower visible above city, bright and prosperous fantasy scene. As centuries passed, the Hightowers continued their loyalty to the crown, yet their ambitions quietly deepened. They observe House Valerion ruling the seas and House Stark commanding the north. And within Oldtown's walls, the Hightowers whispered of strategies and alliances to extend their influence. The tower's green banners, emblazoned with a flaming tower, fluttered in the wind, signaling that the Hightower's flame still burned with power and subtle menace. Their ambitions were not hidden. They were carefully calculated, a long game of influence that shaped the realm behind the scenes. When King Viserys' first of his name passed, Westeros split into two factions, the Black supporting Princess Rhaenyra and the Green supporting Aegon II. House Hightower, tied by blood and loyalty to Queen Alicent, firmly sided with the Greens. Oldtown's wealth, soldiers, and faith poured into Aegon II's cause, making the Hightowers one of the most influential powers in the Targaryen civil war. While dragons ruled the skies and armies clashed across the realm, the Hightowers coordinated supply lines, strategy, and political support, proving their cunning was as vital as the dragons themselves. Queen Alicent, daughter of Otto Hightower, became the heart and soul of the Greens. She wielded influence not with a sword but with wit, strategy, and persuasion. Her counsel shaped the king, her words guided her children, and her determination swayed allies. Fierce yet devout, Alicent played the long game, ensuring that her family's power remained unbroken even in the chaos of war. She was a figure both revered and despised, remembered in Westeros history as a woman whose ambition and loyalty changed the course of kingdoms. Otto Hightower, Hand of the King, was the mastermind behind the Greens' rise. With a mind as sharp as any sword, he orchestrated alliances, positioned his kin, and maneuvered politically to strengthen Aegon II's claim. His reputation as cunning and manipulative was well-earned, yet his skill in survival and strategy was unmatched. Every decision Otto made rippled through Westeros, shaping the civil war in subtle but devastating ways. The Hightower's influence, under his guidance, extended beyond Oldtown, affecting every corner of the realm. The Dance of Dragons consumed the realm in fire and blood. Oldtown itself was spared dragon fire, but Hightower knights fought bravely under Aegon II's banners. Battles raged across Westeros, with dragons dominating the skies while swords and steel clashed on the ground. The Hightower's soldiers, loyal to their house and their king, showed valor and discipline, ensuring that Oldtown's flame burned even amidst the chaos. Their courage was remembered, their losses mourned, yet their commitment to strategy and loyalty defined their legacy. With House Hightower's unwavering support, Aegon II ascended the Iron Throne. His reign, though brief and marked by bloodshed, demonstrated the Hightowers' unmatched political influence. Without their guidance, wealth, and resources, the Greens would have crumbled. The Iron Throne bore witness to their ambition, carved in the politics, strategies, and sacrifices orchestrated by House Hightower, proving that power could be as effective when wielded wisely as with fire or sword. Even after the dragons were gone and the dance faded into history, the Hightowers remained in Oldtown, their tower shining over the seas. They returned to their old strength, wealth, knowledge, and faith. But the memory of their power in the Dance of the Dragons lingered, proof that when the Hightower flame burns brightest, the whole realm feels its heat. And that is the story of House Hightower, the proud keepers of Oldtown and the Greens who once sought to shape the destiny of Westeros. Their flame still burns as a reminder of ambition, power, and survival. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments which story you want to hear next. Until then, see you in the next video.